Hey guys, welcome to Whiskey Wise with me, Jason, bringing you Whiskey Review number 12, where today we're going to be reviewing the Tomintoul Tlàth, which is a new release sent to me by Tomintoul. So I'll show you guys, that's a little bit of a card. I'll put both these slides on both sides of this page onto the end of the video. Now, without further ado, I want to thank Team Tomintoul for sending me this whiskey to do the review, and we'll open this one up. So, ooh, cool. So we got given a glass, which is a nice beautiful Capita from the distillery with the name on it, and also the whiskey. So we're going to put the Glencairn glass aside as we'll use the one from the distillery. So pop that over there and also put that right next to it. So the Tomintoul Tlàth, we'll read quickly through the name. Now, I hope I am pronouncing it correctly. If I'm not, by all means let me know down below in the comments. And if you guys have tried this one, by all means feel free to let me know also down below. It says over here, we are proud to present the new Tomintoul Tlàth, the newest addition to the Tomintoul whiskey range. The name Tlath derives from the Gaelic word for gentle smooth, reflecting the true meaning of our whiskey, known to many as the gentle dram. So there we have it. That's the information from the card. Now we're going to get into my style of reviewing the whiskey. So I'll go first and start off with the age, and this whiskey doesn't have an age statement, so it's a non-age stated whiskey. However, with all the research I've done, it does state that it does have a combination of different ages and they're all combined together. Now I'm going to leave a little bit for one of my colleagues, as he's a big fan of Tomintoul and he'll absolutely love this. So it is bottled at 40% ABV, and the casks they do use are first class American oak bourbon barrels. So the distillery they also have, the distillery name is Tomintoul Distillery. The parent company is Angus Dundee. It is located in Speyside, Scotland. And now this is an interesting fact. The actual price for this whiskey ranges from £25 up to around about £35 for the 70cl bottle, which I think is fantastic value for money, especially for an entry-level whiskey like itself. And also because many whiskies nowadays are fetching around about £45 and upwards, and I feel that's just a bit pricey. This one is dead there with the 25 to 35 price range, and some places a little bit cheaper, some places a little bit more. It's just about where you find it. Now, this is the next one, exclusivity. Is it exclusive? They haven't actually stated this on the card, but some places have stated it's going to be in travel retail. It will be also in the domestic market. One of the whiskey shops in London has stated they will be getting it in, so I won't specify their name just yet until they confirm it, until I see it in their shop, but I'll also leave that in the comment section. But I think it's going to be a mixture of both. You will be able to find it both in the domestic and travel retail markets. And in terms of colouring, I don't think there is colouring in this whiskey because it does look very nice and natural. So we're going to get started. I just love these glasses, they're beautiful, and it goes perfect along with my collection at home with all the other whiskies I have. So we'll actually assess first the colour, because I'm forgetting my style of reviewing. The colour is a very nice light golden barley colour. I think off their website I did read it was like a straw, and you can actually see where they get that sort of description of a straw colour to it. It's very, very nice and light. And if I give it a quick swirl in the glass, you'll actually see the legs of the whiskey are very nice, and they're very slow working their way down, very slow long legs. So beautiful whiskey, very nice and oily as well in character. Into the nose, straight away you pick up that vanilla, that straight instant of the bourbon cask influence. There's a very creamy vanilla note to this one as well on the nose, and you get like a light sweeter note, and it reminds me more or less of sticky fudge. There's a very sweet note to the behind. Working your behind, even that, you're getting a sweeter note, and this one reminds me of caramelized or even candied orange peel, because you get that little bit of citrus note, which is quite refreshing in the back, and then you also get that little bit of sweetness, which plays itself very nicely. Now, I did read off here that they do state there is mint, the tasty notes of mint, and I can actually understand that. But you've got to really nose it and spend some time with this whiskey to really find it there at the back. It is right at the back of this whiskey. It doesn't make itself very distinctively known or very well known in the beginning, but it's there. It's like you've got a bunch of mint leaves, you just scrunch them up, and you're literally getting that fresh mint smell coming off the nose. So a little bit of spice as well, but not so distinctive on the nose. Okay, so we're going to get into the palate now. So we're going to assess the whiskey a little bit further. Okay, This whiskey, to start off with, it is very, very gentle, very light. You do also get that very soft vanilla notes working its way around your palate. Wow, this is really good stuff with this whiskey. It is very, very nice and light, and also it does sort of fade off a bit too quicker than what I would like myself. But it's a very, very beautiful, gentle whiskey. Now you do also get a little bit of spice behind this one, that what I thought initially was more or less along the lines of grated nutmeg, because you do get a little bit of spice, a little bit of warmth, maybe even a little bit of pepper over there, because you can feel it's a little bit spicy. So I am picking out that maybe nutmeg's warmth and then a little bit of pepper spice towards the back. That's more or less what I'm picking out from the palate. You are getting that vanilla. It is very consistent, straight through and through. A little bit of spice, and then a little bit of that pepperiness. It is quite sharp, but at the same time very rounded, and it finishes fairly quickly. Not much sweetness on the palate. So we're going to assess the finish, and then we'll come to the end of the whiskey review. Okay, so overall, to the finish of the whiskey, it is very quick indeed. It actually fades off like that, and before you know it, it's gone. The actual notes for the finish would be that vanilla note. It's so consistent through and through from the nose palate to the finish. And you're also getting yourself, it sort of reminds me of a vanilla cheesecake. You get that little bit of the topping bit, and it's just so creamy, but it works its way around the palate so well, and it's so smooth and rounded out. You actually wouldn't be able to tell if there was so many young whiskies in here, because it is that good and very well rounded. Overall, I'll probably actually see that as a really good food pairing. If you guys are having a vanilla cheesecake, by all means try this whiskey with it. I think that would be a really good food pairing. But overall, I think in terms of overall comments for the whiskey, I highly recommend this if you're getting someone who's a beginner into whiskeys. It's very, very good like that. It does have a nice balance where it's very soft, not too powerful in alcohol volume, so it's very easy to going. And personally, I think this is a fantastic one, especially if you guys are getting people into whiskeys. I'm going to be giving this to a few of my friends as well. Probably going to go buy a bottle from London and see if they like it. If they do, as entry-level people who have never even gone into whiskey so much, that's right, straight away you know it's very successful as well. But I'd highly recommend this. This is a beautiful dram. So overall, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the whiskey a rating, and I actually am a big fan of this one myself. I only wish I had a bit more than that much left, but that's going to my friend, so I'm going to leave it for him. Overall whiskey review, I am going to give it, hopefully you guys can see this clearly, I'm going to give it an 89. Oops, steady that one up there. 89 out of 100, because it does produce such amazing softness to it. It does have that nice vanilla notes, a little bit of spice, not overpowering to the palate. And I think this is a fantastic dram for even if you're a very experienced whiskey drinker, for someone who is even just getting into whiskeys. This is one I'd highly recommend. So it's not pushing me over to the 90s, but definitely 89, it is there on the border. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the review. I'd like to say a big thank you to Team Tomintoul for sending me this one. And also you guys are going to see many more reviews. I've got a few bottles over here which I'm going to work my way through next. So you'll see those in the upcoming reviews. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. By all means, please do drop it a like. Feel free to subscribe and check out some more of my whiskey reviews. And this has been Jason from Whiskey Wise, and I'll catch you all for the next video.